Hey guys, this week I think one of the more difficult bones to go through, actually there are three bones, that people really struggle with is your os coxae, which is made of three bones. And I just wanted to go through those and hopefully add some clarity and hopefully not confuse you any more than maybe these images already do. So the first bone that makes up the os coxae is your ilium. And I like to show it more in this anterior view. So it's like the more flat part that's at the top. It's right here. You can see it in all these different, I don't really like that view as much, but so it's like that flat part. And then the next bone we have is called the ischium. And I like it from the medial view. So this is your ischium. I like to differentiate the ischium from the pubis on two different factors. The first is this huge notch that you see right here. This is called your greater sciatic notch. So if you find your greater sciatic notch and then you follow it down, you have your ischium. On the other side of your ischium, this is your pubis. So let me find. This is your pubis. So your pubis is here and your ischium is in the back right there. Another way that I can tell the ischium from the pubis, because sometimes it gets confusing when they're flipping them around, is on the ischium, you have the ischial tuberosity. I don't even know. Ischial tuberosity. I guess maybe it's close here. And it's like a thicker area. I guess that doesn't really help you. You can't feel them. Maybe it'll have help you. I don't know, it just like has that thicker end on it. So this is your pubis. And then your ischium has the ischial tuberosity, which is that thick end. Anyway, so those are the three bones. I want to start with the ilium and work my way down with the structures. So, well, I guess while we're still talking about the three bones. So your acetabulum. I'm really struggling with my computer currently. So your acetabulum is like this like hole, like on the sides, like of your hip. It's where your ischium, your pubis, and your ilium come together. They're all three part of this bone, this like structure. And this is where the head of your hip, like your femur, goes into your hip. So that's where that is, if that gives you any orientation. Anyway, so acetabulum contains all of them. Anyways, moving on to the ilium. So I like to first go over the greater sciatic knot on the ilium because I like to use it as a reference point for a lot of the features. So this huge notch is the greater sciatic notch. And then the next four structures are fairly similar, but I use the greater sciatic notch to determine. So we have our anterior superior iliac spine, and our anterior inferior iliac spine is right here. And then we have our posterior superior iliac spine and our posterior inferior iliac spine. So as far as like the superior and inferior, it's pretty easy to go. This one's on top, so superior, and this one's on bottom. But it's a little bit harder to understand like which one's like posterior and which one's anterior. And so I just know that if I can find the greater sciatic notch, the two spines, the iliac spines, these are going to be my posterior. So because my greater sciatic notch is in the back, so posterior, posterior. And then on the opposite side of my greater sciatic notch, I have my anterior. So that's just a reference point I've had. I've heard of a couple students that use this. This is called our auricular surface, this like bumpy part right here. So a lot of people use the auricular surface. I found it a little hard because in some views I can't really see the auricular surface, but it's whatever works for you guys. So yeah, this is the auricular surface. That's also another vocab word that you guys need to know if it helps you like link things together. In the last module, we learned about the auricular surface of the sacrum, and the two auricular surfaces come together right there. That's where you join your sacrum to your os coxae to create your hips. So that is that. We also have the iliac fossa, which is like this indentation right here. So right there. And then we have the iliac crest, which is like the white part that's not highlighted right now. This is our iliac crest. Trying to think if I forgot anything on the ilium. I don't think I did, but it's always possible. Okay, so we're gonna move on to our ischium. So as I stated before, this is our ischium right here. So we have the ischial tuberosity, which I thought was like that back part. It's a little thicker. Let me see if I can find. So it's like, this is your ischial tuberosity. Maybe I'll try to highlight it. Sorry, there's just like so many different views that it's a little bit harder to pull them up. Yeah, this is our ischial tuberosity. We also have the lesser sciatic notch, which is going to be right here. Let me see if I can get it highlighted for you guys. Okay, yeah, so this is our lesser sciatic notch right there. So greater sciatic notch, lesser sciatic notch, and then we have the ischial spine. I don't know, it's kind of hard to see. Sometimes I really hate these pictures because I feel like they highlight the same thing, whereas in reality, there's like more dimensions, I guess, to them. Let me look if I can. The spine versus the lesser sciatic. Okay, so I guess that's one way. So your spine, your ischial spine is this like pointy part, I guess, and then right underneath it, that's your lesser sciatic notch, and then your ischial tuberosity. And then if we see this in a medial view, so greater sciatic notch, ischial spine, and then the greater sciatic notch, ischial tuberosity, and then right here we have the ischial ramus, right? It's like halfway between the two. Ramus, ischial ramus is right there. Ischial ramus right there. And then next to the ischial ramus, we have the inferior pubic ramus. So let me see if I can get that highlighted in medial. It's right here. So this is the inferior pubic ramus, and then the ischial ramus is right there. They come together. And then up here, this is going to be our superior pubic ramus. And so that's just going to be right there. And then next to it, we have our pubic crest. And that's right there. So the pubic crest is kind of like this little, I don't know, I almost kind of think of it as a bump. And then I always kind of think of ramuses as bridges. That's not necessarily true, but sometimes it helps me. So like this is the bridge from the crest to the rest of the bone is my ramus, superior pubic ramus. On the pictures, it's kind of hard to tell, so you're just going to have to look through the pictures and decide a way to remember how much is highlighted versus what they want. And I think that is everything on the hip bone. I kind of rushed through it. I also kind of struggled with flipping pictures, so I hope something in there helped you guys. If you need clarification, please let me know, because I really do this for you guys. Anyways, I hope you guys do great this week. Don't forget to continue reviewing things from past weeks because the test is next week.